So a lot of peace deals went down over the break. Let's go ahead and see the results. So this should be no big surprise. Egypt gained their independence, and actually, let's look at this. All of a sudden, they just swapped for some amazing alliances. Remember, the Ottomans had some okay alliances before. They are still allied to Brazil, but, I mean, how much is South America going to help them out, I guess, whenever it comes to facing some of the Europeans? I mean, maybe Austria, maybe Persia. I don't know. Obviously, Iraq was also released because the Egyptians decided that they were going to allow that. I don't know if they're going to try to attempt to maybe take these guys over at some point. The Egyptians don't have a very high opinion of Iraq, so it might be a possibility that we could see something like that happen. But anyways, yeah, Egypt has all the alliances now, allied to Austria and Russia, a few nations from Africa. So yeah, I mean, they're looking really, really good. They're also supporting independence. So we might just totally see a whole new game, especially in the Middle East, because I imagine the Egyptians are going to continue to colonize Africa, continue to gain more power, money, manpower, maybe even go after the Ottomans in an offensive war themselves. But who knows? Anyways, the other big peace deal that went down over the break was the war with Spain and the Philippines. Now, Spain was absolutely dominating, and they completely annexed the Philippines. The Philippines are dead. This is back to being, I believe, just Spanish territory. So there is no colony or anything like that. This is now considered Spanish Indonesia. So it's very unlikely. So if it was a colony, then we might see the Philippines pop back out. But because this is just considered their territory, at least for now, I guess couldn't they technically? Well, they have cores on it, so maybe not. Yeah, no, this is not going to change to a colony, I don't believe. Anyways, those are the two big peace deals. I think Canada and Denmark also peaced out, but nothing ended up happening. And I am switching my votes for North America / Europe / every part in the world to Danish Green Mark. That really seems like it's going to be the new country. I mean, they haven't formed yet. The only way Danish Green Mark can form is if Canada fully occupies Danish Greenland. I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I really have no idea. Because I was laughing at myself, and then I said it again, and I have no explanation. Sometimes things just happen. You guys know this. You guys are understanding. Okay. So, anyways, let's go ahead and double check on the wars. Great Britain once again is in 6 wars. Jeez, I don't know when this stuff's going to happen. Now, the big one that popped up is Switzerland versus revolutionary France, because Switzerland is being supported by Russia, as well as the Russian colony in North America. Obviously, they won't have a big impact, but still, and we will get a closer look at that, I should say. Peru versus Venezuela is a big one. Right now, Switzerland is winning their war against revolutionary France, and that is about it. We still have the USA have also peaced out. Oh, let's go ahead and check on that. I didn't actually see the result of this. Okay, so the USA peaced out with the Kong, not the Congo, and they wiped out that entire tribe in Western Africa. They'll probably they wiped out a little bit more. It was because I believe Kong just only had like 1 or 2 provinces. They also took away Ashanti. Ashanti territory. So yeah, again, the USA are really asserting their dominance in Western Africa. It's going to be very interesting. I actually am, because I mean, the USA is one of the only outside powers that is just fighting through tribes. Obviously, Portugal, Egypt, and the French don't really have to do that. I guess Belgium too don't have to do that because there's lands for them to colonize. Whereas the Americans have to fight through the tribes, and that's the only way they can pick up territory. I find this really interesting, especially because USA haven't even worried at all about North America. They don't care about North America. Speaking of North America, Canada and Mexico are really the ones that are eating away at the tribes. There are only a few tribes left. I imagine Mexico will be eliminating most of these if they are allied to each other, which they're all not allied. So it's going to be kind of a longer. It's going to be a longer process, I guess, for Mexico to take out all these tribes. I mean, of course, the Americans can do so as well, but I just don't think that they're really worried at all about their Western front, which they should be. They honestly should be. Anyways, let's go ahead and double check on revolutionary France versus Switzerland. Let's see if they're going to be able to gain their independence. The Russians were able to reinforce somehow. There's a 61 stack here. Wow. And remember, the revolutionary France is fighting this battle on their own, so they have no alliances here. I mean, they have alliances, or do they? They actually don't have any alliances. That is really weird. That is very strange. I don't know why some of these Europeans have no alliances. Prussia's barely got any alliances as well. Obviously, Austria doing the smart thing, allying to Russia and Egypt, which actually explains how Russia was able to get those regiments over, because they can just walk through their alliance's lands and immediately get to Swiss territory. So I don't know if this is going to be a very successful war for... I guess it's going to be a successful war for Switzerland. I think Revolutionary France is going to lose control over Switzerland here, so we might see an independence go down. So a lot of independences going on around the late part of the 19th century. As well, I guess not necessarily true if you're the Philippines, because Spain just took that land back. Still want to see if Prussia is going to maybe form Germany. They really need to go after more of these lands, these German lands. They need to unite here. Yeah, there's no way France is going to win this. So I want to see, Switzerland could technically take things away from France, because it looks like the Swiss are going to be very dominant in this battle. The results of this war is going to clearly favor Switzerland. They could maybe take over some of these provinces. They do have cores already. Are these cores or claims? These are cores. So I actually wouldn't be surprised at all if they take at least 2 provinces back, and Revolutionary France is going to be a bit weaker. Now, obviously, they can continue to colonize, but still something to keep in mind. Tunisian separatists. On what? Oh, this is control. Oh, I get you. I was like, wait a second. I thought that was Tunisian lands, and they had Tunisian separatists. I was very confused. No, this island still belongs to Naples. Naples, I believe Naples is at war, right? Well, they were at war. I don't know if they are anymore. Well, we know they're not anymore. I just can't remember who they were at war with. Oh, more wars have popped up, actually. We've got Norway going after Ethiopia. Very strange war, but remember, I think Norway is colonizing Africa, so that explains a lot. Thailand versus Vietnam. Oh, that's a big one. That's cool. I'm not even going to worry about the British wars. Actually, a lot of nations are at war with Ethiopia. What's up with that? I have no idea. Okay, also we have Brazil versus Uruguay. And the Ottomans are dealing with a lot of rebels, pretender rebels to be exact. So why is everyone at war with Ethiopia? They're actually far away wars. That doesn't make that much sense. I guess a lot of these nations are just trying to maybe begin to make a landing. I don't know. That's so strange. I have no idea why these wars have popped up. Let's go ahead and view on South America. South America has yet to be not really a big focus of our campaign. Obviously, Brazil is probably going to dominate Uruguay here. Yes, they already are with a 52 stack. Now, how's Peru doing against Venezuela? Man, Peru's having another very successful game. I'm guessing it's those mountains, man. I mean, who would have guessed that Peru would be such a successful nation in these 2 EU4 campaigns? I guess it's got to be the mountains that they have. All these mountains in their control, I mean, they can just stay defensively, and obviously, a crossing penalty and then a -2 terrain offensive penalty is going to do a lot of damage to anybody that attacks them. Also, maybe the AI is poor. Maybe the attacking AI does a poor job at kind of understanding attrition and stuff like that. All right, so Venezuela is going to get pushed back, and yes, Peru's going to be very successful in this war. Now, do they have any cores on these lands? Whoa, they just pieced out right now for everything. So Brazil really needs to worry now. I mean, I guess they are going after Uruguay, which is a start, but they've got to do a lot more than just that. Way more than just that. Anything else that's going on? So I'm guessing nobody's actually made a landing inside of Ethiopia, right? That's just the strangest wars. The strangest 3 wars to pop up. Russia not having a very good time. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Revolutionary France not having a very good time against Russia and Switzerland troops moving through the eastern part of France. I do see some Irish revolutionaries. I don't know if we're going to see a revolutionary Ireland. That probably wouldn't be the best thing for them, because that would just be calling more attention to the British maybe attacking them. What's going on with the colonization here? Whoa, huge rebels. Massive rebels. And then Australia's almost going to be... They're very close to being able to unite their 2 halves, Western Australia to Eastern Australia, before the Dutch kind of grab too much, which is definitely a possibility. The other thing I wanted to look at was Thailand versus Vietnam. Now, who's winning this battle? It seems like it's going to be Thailand. I don't see any troops that Vietnam has under their control. Where are the Vietnamese troops? There's a 1K stack. Maybe they got stack wiped and they're trying to rebuild. I don't know. And obviously British Bengal is still fully occupied by some of the nations in these. Wow, every single nation is at war with the British in the subcontinent of India. That is crazy. All right, so yeah, we might see a very powerful Thailand. Thailand might become the new Malaya, I guess, from the previous present-day mod. Now, the difference here would be that this time around, we obviously have Europeans within the region, within Indonesia and Philippines and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot tougher, I guess you could say, trying to, it's not like just fighting some tribes. No, that's going to be difficult. It looks like the tribes are somewhat uniting here in alliances, maybe to push the Europeans away. Yeah, Thailand is looking like they're going to have a successful time. Are you just at war? Yeah, so it's just a one-on-one war. Oh no, Thailand's facing somebody else. Oh, they're down there, but they're not going to have a big impact. They do have a 9K stack. If they had any sort of fleets, then they might be able to send over those regiments, but I don't think they will. Let's go ahead and double check on France. Everything good here? Yes, Russia and Switzerland pushing deep into revolutionary France territory. But that is it. And Peru obviously having a very fun time. I'm sure that they need to watch out for rebels, though. I've seen the AI they took a huge chunk from Venezuela. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some rebels pop up. Peru might accidentally have to release some of that stuff if the AI isn't careful with handling the revolts. Anyways, are the British out of any wars? They're out of one war for sure. I just don't know what they had to give up. Sardinian-French War. Okay, so now Sardinia sees their opportunity to attack the French, and they might actually have some success here. Australia might be also pushing forward into the north, into the northern islands, just north of Australia, I guess. Spain at war. I believe this is a tribe in Africa. So Thailand is actually not having too much success in their war against Vietnam. They're at -12. And yeah, neither are Chile and I guess most of the other nations that declared war on Ethiopia. It makes sense. I mean, you weren't going to have a lot of success there if you can't even get to the nation. Neither is Norway. Very confused about that. But that is it. Let's go ahead and watch what happens to France here. France could really lose a lot of their territory if they're not careful. Oh, wait a second. Switzerland just pieced out. And they did acquire these 2 corps from the French. So, bam. They also have an alliance with Russia at the same time. So, Russia's looking really powerful. And I just want to see how this is going to impact North America, especially with this very strong Russian colony. How are these nations going to... Ooh, look at this. The USA is allied to... Canyon? Oh, the USA is allied to Russia? Oh my goodness, what? So the USA is allied to Brazil, Australia, Portugal, Spain, and Russia. Wow. I didn't even realize that. Maybe we did. I think I did talk about that, which is a big alliance for them to pick up, because it's really going to solidify the American safety, especially because now it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, wait a second. Look at Canada does not have a very good opinion of Mexico. I wonder why. So Mexico loves Canada, but not the other way around. That's weird. I wonder what's up with that. I think it's because Mexico's wiping out a lot of the tribes here. Yeah, they are. I mean, they're just doing it one by one by one. Very surprising. I also can't wait to see exactly how the Americans are going to continue to push forward in Western Africa. That's always a very exciting event. Let's go ahead and also watch over Australia. Let's go and see how they're doing in their wars. What's going on, buddy? So who are you attacking exactly? Oh, you got pulled into a war because of the USA? No, that's not true. Oh, yes, you did. Ah, or did you? Oh, no, you're randomly in a war up this way and somewhere else. So you're fighting at least one nation in the subcontinent of India? Or are you fighting 2? Oh, maybe you're trying to make a landing within this region. Revolutionary France there. Yes, you are. Wow, okay, that would be pretty incredible if we see Australia get a province in the subcontinent of India. That would be very surprising. I don't see where else I don't know where they want to go, I guess. Oh, what happened here? New Great Britain. New Great Britain has formed, and I'm guessing that is going to be the colony from now on. I didn't even realize that. Didn't realize that this was going to be a colony. So does that mean that Spain has an opportunity of I guess, Spanish Indonesia? Could that possibly become a colony at some point? Because at first that was just British Australia, right? And then eventually it became New Great Britain. I don't know. We'll see. And yes, Australia did manage to connect both their western and eastern halves. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and view the Americans. They're not winning this so far. Oh, they're having to fight. But actually, that's a pretty normal thing. What happens is they take some time to send over their massive fleet. Actually, this fleet's probably going back home to the Florida right now. Oh, no, never mind. They already came back with troops. Obviously, the Americans, because their Western technology, are going to absolutely dominate no matter how many numbers the Western African tribes have. So now the Americans will probably have a pretty big success rate. I mean, they are fighting, two big tribes to the north, but obviously it's still going to be, I think, pretty one-sided, especially if the USA decides to bring over any more troops. If they bring even more regiments over, then yeah, these guys are not going to have a very good time at all. So we might see possibly now the USA and Portuguese African territories maybe connecting to a new front. Maybe there'll be a new front. Maybe there'll be some tension. I don't exactly know it now. I know that, obviously the Americans are allied to Spain. Oh, they are allied to Portugal too, so they're fine. I don't know how so many alliances have gotten up. Really, I feel really bad for the little guys because all the big powers are teaming up against the little ones. Did the British peace out any of their wars? They're down to 4. So they have briefly, a little bit. Ooh, what is this? We have Peru at war with Norway. Now, why is that? We also have Naples and Tunisia back at war. Naj still going after the UAE. And that is the only really significant one that has popped up. Okay, so where is Norway? You're in South. Oh, that's right, because you connect. This color is so similar. Man, they're going to need to attack Argentina. Just so that they can connect the Peruvian La Plata to their main lands. But yeah, okay, so Norway might finally get kicked out here. Argentina also controls the Falklands. Remember, Chile tried this a while ago, and they did not have success in doing so. Or I guess success in doing it. Oh, you know what? The USA is probably allied to Spain because of this colony in the Caribbean. Yeah, that's more than likely it, I'm thinking. How did Sardinia Piedmont do against France? They're okay. British West Indies. The British West Indies are at war. Oh, that's another new one. Now, why? The British West Indies, do they want... Oh, you want this territory. I getcha. Okay, so you want South America. Northern South America. So we might see, it's very interesting to see the European powers kind of, we've been seeing it with the British for the entire campaign now, but it's odd to also see it with Revolutionary France. The Europeans seem to be a little bit underpowered here. Oh my gosh, these rebels are going crazy in Ottoman territory. But let's see what happens in the remaining part of the series. We still have a while to go. I'm very excited for it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.